Everyone, welcome to this session by Intellipaat. My name is Anirudh, and in this session, we'll have a quick look at various components of a data scientist's life. We'll be looking at data scientist jobs, data scientist skills, salary, resume, and so much more, guys. So, before we begin this session, I would like to tell you all to subscribe to our channel and to make sure you stay subscribed for all of the amazing upcoming content that we're putting for you guys, so you can be stayed in tune with all of this content, and then stay in touch with all of this content we put out for you guys. So let us begin this session primarily by checking out the agenda, guys. The agenda is pretty simple and straightforward in this very quick session that we've planned for you guys. It starts out with learning about who a data scientist actually is. And second, we can check out what a data scientist's resume looks like. And third, we'll be checking out the roles and responsibilities of a data scientist. And four, we'll be looking at data scientist job requirements, data scientist salary, and then we'll be checking out how we can pave a way further for you guys for further learning based off this video. All right. So let us quickly start the session by checking out who a data scientist actually is, right? So guys, we've all heard the term data scientist somewhere in our lives, I presume. And to put it all in one simple sentence, this is how I would pretty much go about saying, guys. Well, data scientists are a new breed of analytical data experts who have the technical skill to solve any complex problems, and then the curiosity to explore what problems need to be solved as well. Sounds amazingly complex, right? Well, it actually isn't. Well, let me tell you this very funny thing that I just read on the internet. Data science isn't rocket science, and let me prove why. And there's endless opportunities with data science, and you all can grab very good opportunities, guys. So coming back, a data science scientist is a person who is a combination of a mathematician, a computer scientist, and he's a trend spotter as well. Well, mathematician because he'll require to play around with a lot of mathematical concepts, a lot of differentiation, a lot of calculus, and so much more. And then a computer scientist because he needs to convert all the mathematics into computer science and then work with it later. And then as a trend spotter, he needs to find out some analytics to hunt for trends in the future, to make it a part of his firm or her firm, for example, and then pull all the concepts together and to work with it, guys. So the question you might be asking right now is, so where do data scientists come from, right? Well, think about it this way. A data scientist is pretty much a person who can assume multiple roles over the course of a day, right? So he can be a software engineer in the morning, he can be a data analyst at lunchtime, can be a troubleshooter at the time of high tea, he can be a data miner, a business communicator, a manager, and then a key stakeholder in any data driven enterprise as well. So basically, at the end of the day, he puts his hand in multiple roles with the designation of a data scientist and gets the job done with respect to everything from the lower levels to the highest levels. And this level of decision making and this level of skill required to become a data scientist is what people look up to these days, and that's why they're very highly paid as well, guys. So many data scientists, again, pretty much began their careers either as data analysts or statisticians, as I've mentioned, right? But then think about it. Think about all the big data that has pretty much went to grow and evolve these days, right? So as per the data being evolved, again, the roles are being evolved as well. Data is no longer just an afterthought for IT to handle. I had to put this in bold for you guys to pretty much, look at it and contemplate about it as well. So data, again, as we pretty much talk about it as in hexabytes these days, and petabytes is pretty much a thing of the history, by the way. So when you have so much data to handle, you are going to need some good manpower behind that, right? So coming back again, it's key information that requires analysis, creative curiosity, and a knack for translating high-tech ideas into new ways to turn a profit. Well, you pretty much are getting the other side of a data scientist right from this slide, right? So you pretty much might be thinking a data scientist just sits in, punches in code day in, day out, pretty much gets paid and goes home. Well, not exactly that. I do have a good number of data scientists as my close friends, and all of them seem to agree about this point as well. So coming to the next question that you might have in your mind right now, what does a data scientist actually do? Well, A data scientist's job again is to analyze all the data for any insights that can be generated, to find these hidden insights, like these tiny amounts of treasure that's hidden inside a business, and then to pull it all out, guys. So here are the following tasks that I would like to mention that a data scientist would do, right? So the first thing is to pretty much go about identifying all the data analytics problem that offer the greatest value to the organization. Yes, because at the end of the day, these data analytics problems, if they're solved really early, then it sounds very lucrative, and at the end of the day, it brings more money to the organization as well, right? And the second point is pretty much to get to know your right data sets, your right variables, your code, whatever you're working with, to have an offhand advantage with your code is going to pretty much again give you an upper hand compared to your peers as well. So you'll be working with pretty much unstructured data. You'll have a lot of images from data sets, you'll have a lot of videos, you'll have a lot of music. There's so much more that you have to look into as a data scientist than just looking at it from a far perspective, and then coming to discovering new solutions and opportunities by analyzing the data. Well, I've already told you that data is this data just is just raw information, which pretty much is useless, right? Making sense of this data, converting the data into information that at the end of the day and a company can go about making use, that's again that really takes a lot of skill, right? So coming to the next point, collecting a large set of structured and unstructured data from disparate sources. Well, structured data is something which can be handled very easily, guys. So consider an SQL table or something which is in the form of a structure, where you can look at it and make sense out of it. Even your computer can make sense out of it, is pretty much what is a simple term for a structured data. Well, unstructured data again is, you can probably discern it, but then you will need your machine would need a little help to understand what the actual data is, right? So that is unstructured data. And then the next pretty much insight is, you'll have to go about cleaning and validate the data to ensure that your data is extremely accurate, your data is complete and thorough, and your data is uniform as well, guys. The next pretty much again, the point speaks for itself, right? Data has to be clean. We wouldn't want to be working with data unless it actually goes into your business model and work with it, right? So if you're just working on a piece of data, at the end of the day, if you know it is useless, then you're just wasting your time, you're just wasting your resources on it, right? We don't want that. And then you would want to devise and apply models and machine learning algorithms, and you need to go about mining and hunting for let's say it's a literal treasure hunt in the world of big data. And then you need to analyze the data to identify patterns and trends. Well, to me, just looking at what a data scientist does day in and day out is pretty much entertaining at the same fact. And then knowing that this is a very highly paid job, and knowing that the people who are data scientists have a good amount of fun at their jobs is pretty much an amazing thing. And on that note, we need to come check out what are the prerequisites that we can pretty much have to go about becoming data scientists on our own, guys. The first most important thing which you might not have thought of is effective verbal and communication skills, guys. See, because at the end of the day, let's say you're writing machine learning algorithms or you're working with your big data team, you've pulled out very good insights. If you do not have the communication skills where you can go on tell this to your superiors, let's say pretty much you have to go to a stakeholder and tell him this. You have a meeting where you have to tell a superior, or you have to explain this to your juniors, you have to explain this to your co-workers, peers. And if you cannot do that, if you cannot explain machine learning or neural network to a person who doesn't know machine learning but wants to understand what's going on, well, that would be really tough if you did not have communication skills as a data scientist. So having skills is a very important thing, guys. And the second thing is, if you work for a moderately sized company, your project will be too big to handle single-handedly, perhaps, right? So you need to be at the top of your game when you're working alone or when you're working with a team, because you're pretty much whatever code you're writing may be split among 5 people, maybe split among 10 people, and then you guys are sitting at different parts of the world just writing the single piece of code, right? So knowing that you can pretty much communicate with each other really well, get the work done, and be a very good team player at the end of the day is a very good prerequisite. In case you guys are very good team players, then guys, you can pretty much become a data scientist. And the third important thing is, you need to have this interest to delve into data, to pretty much hunt for stuff in data and collect make sense out of the data, and eventually by analyzing this data you'll be picking out some very good insights from this particular data, guys. And number 4 is very good problem solving skills. Again, you will need to have a certain amount of skill when it comes to problem solving, puzzle solving, because you'll be because this is just not a field where you have a very simple goal and you just go and get it. You will have you will know what you're going after, right? So you will have some goals that are, let's say, they're hidden goals right now, but then you start hunting in your data, you start picking up your insights, and you realize, whoa, 3 months from now my data is going to look like this, or let's say 3 days from now, or after I run this machine learning algorithm, my data is going to look like that. So you need to have that kind of analytical thinking and problem solving skill. And if you guys have that, then trust me, you can become a very good data scientist. Well, if you're wondering if you might be a junior or an associate or a student watching this live stream right now, and you might be wondering, well, is it possible for me? Well, guys, sure, you do not have to be an absolute professional in this right now, and then, hey, stick till the end of the video. We will make sure that I will personally make sure that I can get you on track to get all the prerequisites to become a data scientist, guys. And then the most important highlight on this particular slide is the educational background, right? You guys, I wouldn't stress on this very much, because I know people who do not have a computer science background becoming data scientists. But then many of the companies, especially in India and Asia, they require a computer science background for you to become a data scientist, or you need an educational background from information technology. You will need mathematics, and statistics is extremely important because you'll be working with a lot of numbers, you'll be crunching in a lot of graphs and so much more. And then work experience in a related field, well, if you have it, good enough. If you don't, then a certification will come into play in this particular point, guys. So on that note, let us take a look at what a data scientist's resume actually looks like. Again, in my point, having that resume is pretty much your entire life. You're selling yourself to an employer in just 1 or 2 pages, right? So building the finest resume that you can is pretty much the most crucial part which helps you in landing your dream job, in my opinion. So I've picked up a sample data scientist resume for you guys on the screen, and then let me just quickly run you through that, and let's see how it goes, right? So the resume objective is pretty much, this person is a data scientist, has 5+ years of experience executing data driven solutions to increase efficiency, accuracy, and utility of internal data processing. Wow, that's pretty much amazing. And then experienced at creating data regression models using predictive data modeling, analyzing data mining algorithms to deliver insights and implement action-oriented solutions to complex business problems. Right? Guys, take a second, give this a read, and then think about if your resume, if your objective would pretty much, be not match exactly, it would be somewhere in the same league as this. I mean, this person is already a 5+ year experienced person, but then, hey, if it's just 5 years, then this person has been doing a lot, right? So all the skills that's required: PHP, Ruby on Rails, Java, C++, Python, MySQL, SQLite, MongoDB, JSON, leadership skills, data management skills, data mining skills, ability to handle pressure, oh, this is important, and then collaboration, and then problem solving. Guys, this resume is like a fancy, let's say, chocolate ice cream to me, or something like that, right? It looks beautiful to me as as an aspiring data scientist. So coming to this person's experience, this is what it would look like. This person has worked as a data scientist in Microsoft in Arizona, and then let's see what it says, right? So to conduct, this person has been conducting data regression analysis of the relationship between company stock prices, industry trends, and this person has achieved 15% more accuracy of prediction of performance than just previous years. Whoa, amazing. This person has been utilizing web scraping techniques to extract and organize competitors' data. This is what web scraping is famous for these days, right? And then updating your company data warehouse techniques using data recalling, data segmentation, and this has resulted, whoa, this person has put in numbers everywhere, if you can see, results in a 20% increase, a 15% increase, and then, whoa, so modernizing data streamlining processing results in 25% redundancy reduction. Guys, if you've been looking at all these numbers, this is how a perfect data scientist's resume will look like. They just don't give you facts facts about them or something, they give you everything and prove it with mathematics. They give you numbers and tell you, hey, this is who I am and these are my numbers, and numbers don't lie, right? And then this person has worked at Hewlett Packard, or HP for short, improved the data mining process, resulting in again a 20% decrease in time, used predictive analysis, increased data security, developed ETS for data sources, which helped in finally reporting sales, inventory, and marketing departments. Company-wide encryption, stenography, IP security, secure wireless transmission practice. I mean, this person has just put his or her hand in all of the fields in the office, right? So backing up your resume with numbers will give you a weightage like nothing else will, guys. So this is one important takeaway I want you guys to pretty much get from this particular slide. So on that note, we need to quickly check out what the roles and responsibilities of a data scientist are. Again, I have pretty much put it in very simple terms. I've broken it down to 4 concepts here, right? So as a data scientist, again, guys, you will need to know that you need to design your own systems, your own algorithms. You need to develop something from data. You need to deploy the most relevant solutions for your business and share your results with all these stakeholders and business leaders and so much more, right? So what does this call for? Well, this pretty much has you to requires you to pretty much go about preparing for all the big data, all the data that the world has to offer, implement all the relevant data models, create databases to support your business solution, present all of these to stakeholders, and so much more, right? So as I told, to keep it simple, I've broken it down into 4 terms out here: analytics, collaboration, business understanding, and strategy design, guys. So coming to the first one, it is analytics. Again, to put it down in simple terms, it's exploring ways to infer relevancy in your particular data, right? We already know that the amount of data that's being generated every day is 2.5 quintillion bytes. 2.5 quintillion bytes. I wanted to put that in bold and probably just let you guys stare at it. Quintillion bytes, right? And and most of it is relevant data at the end of the day, right? So this is huge. You need to take charge and go about leveraging your fast growing data sources, and you need to capture the market, analyze the market, and knowing that data is the biggest business challenge these days, and that your competitors are facing it, solving that problem right now is really important as a data scientist, guys. And then regardless of whether the data is from a computer, it's from other sources, it's from Twitter, we really don't care. The data comes in from all the different sources in this world. But then at the end of it, you will be doing some relevant analytics on it, and you will be making sure to discover some important information that which if you would not, then the information would just stay hidden as data, which is useless, right? So this brings us to the second important thing, guys. So this is collaboration. Collaboration, again, as I told you, collaborating with your teammates, collaborating with your peers, but then the highlight of a data scientist is collaborating mostly with the stakeholders, guys. So you must need to learn to, you have to learn to design, develop, and implement the most appropriate solution for your business. And then pretty much this is the exact same point that we already discussed. You need to prepare for big data. You need to handle and create databases, implement relevant data models, guys. So as data scientists, you will be working closely with your marketing team. You will be working closely with decision makers, stakeholders in the products, and your different products to basically, communicate all your possible outcomes of what can happen to your product, guys. And this type of collaboration, as we already know it, has been proven to be a huge achievement, and is often, considered to be one of the most important data scientist roles and responsibilities. Well, think about it. I already told you, right? Communication is an extremely vital part of a data scientist life. And as you might have thought initially that coding is everything, well, actually it isn't, guys. If you're very good at communication, trust me, you can become a very good data scientist in your life as well. So this brings us to our third important role and responsibility, which is understanding your business. You need to understand what your business problems are, and then you need to find the best possible solution to your business problem, right? So again, data scientists combine a lot of data, they go on computing, and all the technology they use is at the end of the day helping them to gain very much valuable insights, by taking by leveraging all the business levers available to them, right? You'll be pretty much making use of everything that's thrown at you to make sense and then do analytics on it. This requires a lot of skill, and And just look at it, guys. So pretty much you have to combine your data, you have to compute the data, you have to go on using the technology, right? It sounds so complex. I do not want you guys to be overwhelmed by this. When you put it down on paper, this looks complex, but then at the end of the day, it is a very simple concept. And stick to the end of the video, and I'll show you how you can become a data scientist. So coming back, advising companies on data potential and gaining new insights and then transforming these insights into business goals is very important, guys. Developing solutions that improve business performance through advanced statistical analysis. Go about data mining. We just saw that person's resume. Data mining was a big part of that resume, right? And then data visualization techniques as well. Whew. Last one, I promise. So, the last role and responsibility that I want to discuss with you is strategy and designing, guys. You need to know how you can interact with your teams and customers, right? Ask a lot of questions as a data scientist. Build relationships, because when you ask a question, you will get to know the details of how you can work faster. And then when you pretty much build the relationships, you can understand the context of the roles in your organizations, right? Take a second to give that another read again, and this would make much more sense to you now that I've been enforcing this part of interaction a lot. So I hope you guys did that. Anyway, a good way to learn is to interact with people. We already know that. And then even let's say if you want to know how you can retrieve data, you will be know which table you need to go to, which person you need to talk to in real life. So here the table we're talking about is a database table. But then yeah, you will actually know which physical table you need to go to get your data from your big data team and so much more, guys. So you can answer as many questions as possible just by finding out where you can look, guys. And on that note, let me quickly come to what a data scientist job description in the real world looks like. So this has been picked up from a very famous job hunting site called as the Indeed.com, and here is Spotify, and they're looking for a data scientist, and this is the requirement that they have in case you want to apply to Spotify to become a data scientist. Well, they say that you need to know how to scope and solve loosely defined problems, come up with actionable insights, and guide product development decisions. Okay, this is possible. You can learn this very easily. And then you have to develop a deep understanding for statistics, experience working with real world data, as well as have a strong business sense as well. Not just coding, right? Again, another point, you need business sense. And then you need to have strong technical competence to perform advanced analytics. You need coding skills, Python or Scala. Okay, we can teach you all of these for, and it's very simple, you guys can pick it up. And then experience with analytics coding, pandas, R, SPSS, SQL. Again, sounds simple to me. And then experience performing analysis with large data sets. Again, do not be overwhelmed by seeing the large terms a lot. And then you will possess a statistical competence, right? You will know regression modeling, you will know A/B testing, significant testing, and so much more. You will have demonstrated experience with hands-on statistical modeling, possess knowledge about machine learning. Well, what in machine learning would you want to know? Well, predictive modeling, decision trees, classification models, clustering techniques, and so much more. Well, these are basically supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and pretty much the depth and detail of machine learning that again we'll be covering all of these, guys. These are pretty simple. So coming to the second job description from another big company that I'm sure everyone here has heard of, Nike. Well, Nike says even Nike wants data scientists, guys. Think about it. Nike wants hidden insights from their business to make it better for us as customers and make it better for them as a business. So what do the people at Nike want? Well, they say that you need to use contemporary data science and analytics method and tools to derive actionable business insights possible. You need to master your big data fundamentals. You need to know how you can gather your data, clean your data, validate large amount of data on the Nike's cloud platform. You need to create foundational pipelines and repeatable production queries in their data warehouse, and then analyze large set of internal data on billions of consumer or customer interactions, right? Billions, read that, big data. And then you will need to develop processes and continuous improvements of core projects through automation and process enhancement. You need to create reports and visualization of core app features and marketing campaigns to communicate technical results and concepts to a non-technical audience. As I've already told you, this is the other side of the data scientist job description. Your communication skill is very important and as important as your coding skills, guys. So Coming to the most important part of a data scientist's job is a data scientist's salary, guys. Do not be dumbfounded by these numbers. These numbers are just the average, and the number can be lower or number can be very high from the numbers that I've quoted here. In the United States of America, the average salary for a data scientist is 120 American, 120,000 American dollars, and in the country of India, it pretty much is 16 lakh Indian rupees per year. So this is per annum, right? So these numbers, I always get an audience where you people are asking me to give me numbers in Indian rupees and in American dollars. Well, guys, to sate your curiosity, here are the average numbers. I personally know people working in Fortune 500 companies who make a lot more than both the numbers that you see on the screen. But then I just do not want to give you false numbers, right? So this is the average at which it stands right now, $120,000 and 16 lakh Indian rupees. And then this, if for many of us, is a big number, and we can be happy with this. Well, we can be happy with this, knowing that day in and day out we're going into office, we're on the way to become a good data scientist, or we're a great data scientist already, and then we are loving our job. Whenever I meet a data scientist or a data analyst from a very good company, those guys love their jobs, and they do not complain one bit about their job. They're like, we're amazing, we love our job. We love coding, and we love that we're being paid handsomely for doing what we love, right? Guys, again, this number again speaks huge volumes for me, and I hope it does for you as well. So this will bring you to a very curious thought of who might be hiring in this world, right? Let me first begin with India. Guys, we have Unisys, we have Fractal Analytics, we have IBM, we have Ernst& Young, we have Edgeverve. Edgeverve is an Infosys company. We have Mu Sigma, again, a very good data analytics company here in Bengaluru. Again, we have Ola, we have Oracle, Siemens, Truecaller. All these guys are on the constant hunt for data scientists throughout the world, guys. They're ready to pay you the amount. You just have to show them that you're skilled enough to get the job, and they will hire you irrespective of your location, irrespective of your pay. And then coming to the rest of the world, or mostly the United States of America, well, Instagram's hiring, LinkedIn's hiring, Pinterest, Viber, WhatsApp, Evernote, Android, Twitter, Tumblr, WeChat, Facebook, Vimeo, YouTube, Amazon. I'm just trying to name all these logos I see on the screen, and do not be befuddled by just the logos on your screen. Each and every one of these companies is paying over $100,000, over 15 lakh Indian rupees to hire the best data scientists out there, guys. Again, I'm pushing on it. You just need the right skills, and you will land an amazing job as a data scientist with all of these guys. Skype is hiring, Adobe is hiring, Best Buy is hiring, Walmart, Apple, BBC, Google. Well, throughout the world, again, let me push this fact again. You might be wondering, well, these guys are hired in America, not in India. Well, no. If you guys have the right skills, if you're trained, if you're certified in the right thing, you can push for all of these jobs, and you will get there, guys. This is pretty much it. You're seeing your screen bombarded with employers around the world who just want to hire data scientists, right? So at this moment, I am sure you guys have this thought in your mind. Well, Anirudh, good enough. We know what a data scientist does now. Well, for further learning, what can we do? Well, guys, this is one very important thing I want to tell you guys right now. Well, think about it. This is a quote which comes into my mind every time I think of further learning. It's an investment in your knowledge pays the best interest ever. So how strong do you think this quote is, right? Every time I read it, it just gets stronger in my head, stronger and stronger. So knowing, guys, you need to invest on your on your knowledge, and this will pay the best interest ever. So for further learning about all of these concepts, we have an amazing YouTube channel out here where we have so many subject matter experts who come out and to teach so many different concepts to the world out there, guys. We love learners at Intellipaat, and we have our YouTube channel pretty much to back us up there. But then if you're more of a blog reader, we have a very good blog channel set up as well, guys. It's Intellipaat's blogs, and we continuously punch out a lot of good blogs. And again, we have subject matter experts, we have architects, software architects, and we have so many other people with with using their help, we pretty much go about creating all these blogs and videos. And then if you just need any more help with respect to this, you can always reach out to our support team, guys. So on that note, as I promised, at the end of it, I'll be bringing you to help you pave your way across to become a data scientist. Well, this is one of the really good courses among all the other courses we have at Intellipaat. This is our Data Science Architects Masters course, and in this particular course, guys, this course is pretty much in collaboration with probably the biggest IT company there was at one point of time, is IBM, guys. So we have 12 courses here, we have 47 projects, and we have 200 hours of video here. You'll be given with one capstone project. You'll have 12 courses, 48 industry based products. You'll be learning everything: data science with R, Apache Spark, Scala, deep learning, Tableau, data science with SAS, SQL, MongoDB. Guys, you name it, you can pretty much go about doing, right? So we give you the flexibility at Intellipaat. Let's say you, as working professionals, I can relate to this as well. You might not have the time to go about attending classes again, guys. We have a self-paced session for you where you can do it at your own pace and go about doing it. And we also offer an online classroom, and the advantage of the online classroom is that you will have a trainer teaching you live. So if you have any doubts, you can, at the snap of your finger, at a press of the mouse's button, you can pretty much get all of your doubts cleared in this online classroom. And then we have multiple offers running on both self-paced and online classroom, guys. So you guys just need to, let you in on this. You guys just need to use this particular coupon code called as YouTube 30 when you're pretty much checking out in our courses, and then you will be given with an amazing offer for your online classroom and self-paced training, guys. So again, we have instructor-led sessions, self-paced training, we have project works, we have 253 hours of real-time projects. The best thing of all, in my opinion, is we give you lifetime access to all of our content, guys. So let's say you're learning something now, and probably 1 year from now something's changed. Well, we update our courses, and all of those are there with you for your lifetime. And again, another important thing is we provide 24/7 technical support, 365 days of the year for your query resolution as well, guys. So you will get a certificate accredited by IBM, and you will get job assistance as well, guys. So pretty much our certificates are well known among a lot of top hiring people, guys. You think about Mu Sigma, you think about IBM, you think about Ericsson, you think about Cisco, you think of all these big players in the Indian market, and our accredited certificate pretty much works there, and people look up to that certificate, guys. So again, you will be pretty much learning so many courses: data science with R, Python for data science, Apache Spark and Scala, Tableau, data science with SAS. Oh, come on, guys. You learn statistics, you learn Excel, you learn MongoDB, Microsoft SQL, machine learning, Hadoop developers. So much more, right? So again, you can pretty much check out our syllabus here as well. All you need to is click on it. You'll get a sample data science video in case you just want to check out what our courses look like. So you will have the hands-on exercise and what you're learning in every single module of every single subtopic, guys. So this is really good, right? So you can pretty much check out this entire thing. Again, we're talking about machine learning, so here it is: logistic regression, decision tree, random forests, unsupervised learning, rule mining, recommendation engine, introduction to artificial intelligence, again time series analysis, SVMs, which is basically support vector machines, naive bias classifications, text mining, and you have a huge case study. You have a couple of case studies for that matter, and you have a couple of projects here as well, guys. So this will get you on the right track to become a data scientist and to get that salary that we were talking about. Those weren't just numbers. There are people hiring out there. You just need the right certification, guys. So pretty much this is your learning path, and at the end of it, you are a data science architect master, guys. So think about it: a data science architect master sounds fancy on paper. Well, if that paper is your resume, your chances of getting hired is again amazing. So just for the viewers of this video, make sure you go about using YouTube 30 as the coupon while you're checking out, and you will get an amazing offer, guys. And this is what your sample certificate would look like as well, right? So I hope on this note, again, I hope on this note that I've pretty much cleared all of your doubts, guys. So I hope you have an amazing evening ahead. It is still Diwali in India, so happy Diwali to everyone celebrating. And guys, here at Intellipaat, as you already know it, we're here for you learners, and we're here 24/7, 365 days of the year. So if you need any help, if you need any support from us, make sure you reach out to our support team. And if you have any comment suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below, and we'll be happy to help you out, guys. So have a beautiful evening ahead, and we'll talk again really soon. Good night.